Red-Eyes Black Dragon! Inferno Fire Blast!
Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Toon Duelists. My name is Prototype and today I got another deck profile for you guys. Today we're looking at the Red-Eyes Black Dragon deck, and yes, it's a deck that Konami likes to starve. It never sees new support, like it's a miracle when this deck sees new support. Nonetheless, it's a fan favorite and also one of my favorites, and that's why we're still trying to make it work and trying to make it as strong as possible. Obviously, it's not gonna be a deck you can take to locals. It's not a deck that is a meta deck, but you can play it on Master Duel successfully in the Platinum, Elo, and you can play it with your friends, obviously, of course, too. So it is a super fun deck nonetheless, and that's why I wanna show you guys. So let's dive into the video. Alright guys, let's start off with the monsters. So first we look at our Red-Eyes engine. We're playing 2 copies of a Red-Eyes Black Dragon and then 1 copy of the Dark Magician that we need for the Dragoon and to be able to resolve Red-Eyes Fusion. Then we're playing 3 copies of the Red-Eyes Black Meteor Dragon. This is a very important combo piece for us, and easy special summon 2 gives us graveyard setup to probably one of the most important cards in the deck. And then we're playing 3 copies of Black Metal Dragon. This is also a starter for us. We normal summon this, link it off and use its effect to search cards. So yeah, also very important to play this as a 3 off. Then we're playing 1 copy of the Dark Metal Dragon. This one is part of the combo and revives the Black Metal Dragon, since this one is not a once per turn, and so when we send it to the graveyard again we can search twice with it, and that's why we're playing this one here. And then we're also playing 2 copies of the Noctovision Dragon, or how we like to call it, the Night Shift Dragon. And this card is an easy special summon in this deck, because when you special summon Darkness Dragon, like a dark attribute dark and a dragon, then you can special summon this from your hand for free, and it's a level 7, so it helps us to go into our rank 7 place, and if you would link it away you could draw a card. So yeah, strong extender right here for us. Next up we're playing a small Metalmorph Engine. We're playing 3 copies of Soa because this one searches us the Metalmorph trap that we wanna use. And then we play 1 copy of Metalflame Sword Fighter, and this is the card we wanna summon because this card burns your opponent for 500 damage every time they activate an effect, and so it is basically the same like this one here, and the goal of the deck is to burn your opponent and lock him from using cards or using too many cards. And then we play 1 copy of the Red-Eyes Metal Claw Dragon. This card only comes up when we have 2 other Metal Morph cards in our hand, because we are also playing 3 copies of Incoming Machine, which of course searches us any of the Metal Morph cards, and then we are playing Max Metal Morph and the Flame Metal Morph card. Yeah guys, I think if I explain all the cards it's gonna be too complicated, or like it's gonna be hard to follow. At least just watch the combo video that I will upload, and then you'll see how this small engine here works, and you will also see the reason why we are not playing the dragon that gives you the Omni Negate, because yeah, it's not the goal of the deck. The goal of the deck is different, and you'll see that when we watch the combo tutorial together. Then we play some cards that support this engine. 1 for 1, discard 1 special level 1 monster, which is the Black Metal Dragon. That's our combo starter, right? So this one is just an additional copy basically of Metal Dragon, and that's why we're playing it. Then of course 1 Called by the Grave to block hand traps, 1 Red Eyes Fusion that can be searched with the effect of our Black Meteor Dragon, but that will also be part of the combo video why we are playing it like that. And then 3 copies of Allure of Darkness. Allure of Darkness just adds consistency to the deck because it lets us draw, gives us some draw power, and lets us banish bricks in our hand that we don't need, because you can draw into a Red Eyes, for example, or into the Dark Magician, or you can draw multiple copies of a card that is once per turn, and then with Allure of Darkness you can get rid of that and instead draw 2 more cards. So yeah, this is mandatory in the deck to make the deck more viable. Then we're coming to the non-engine. Non-engine is not our typical non-engine choice. The first 6 cards are our typical engine choice, but the other 6 won't be. So 2 Troll and Lock, it would be 3 Troll and Lock obviously if Troll was at 3 still, but the ban list came, you all know, and so we're only playing 2 copies of Troll and then 1 copy of Ash. Instead, if you had it perfectly with the ban list, you would play 3 Troll and 3 Ash and no Imperm, but since the ban list hit, this is the ratio I'm playing now. And then now we're coming to the interesting part. We're playing 3 copies of Evenly Matched and 3 copies of Dark Ruler No More. And now you're gonna ask me, oh, why did I decide to go for those? Because we actually don't need the battle phase in this deck. Our goal is to burn our opponent with the effect of the Red Eyes Flame Metal Dragon and with the Flame Swordsman. So we don't really attack our opponent like that, and that's why those cards work perfectly in this deck. They basically have no disadvantages and are really strong. So that's why we are playing those 2 board breakers. And now to the extra deck. 3 copies of the Red Eyes Flame Metal Dragon. Like I said, our most important monster, or like that's the goal, to summon this card out. And best case, you summon out all 3, or you summon out 2 and a Flame Swordsman, or that's still like, that's really good when you are able to do that. It doesn't happen too often, but what also wins you the duels all the time when you just have 2 of those, or even if you have just 1 of those and then the Flame Swordsman on top, because burning your opponent for 1000 damage every time he activates a card or an effect is just insane, because he can only play 7 cards and then that's it. And you know, with modern Yu-Gi-Oh! With 7 cards you don't get anywhere. Like you already the Fiendsmith combo, for example, you use more than 7 cards or effects. So yeah, that's why this deck is so effective in the modern Yu-Gi-Oh! In the GOAT format, this deck would not be that good because you're not using that many cards in 1 turn, but nowadays you go through half your deck in 1 turn, and that's why these cards here are really strong. And by the time the Yu-Gi-Oh! Meta evolves, they will probably keep getting stronger and stronger. Then we're also playing some generic rank 7s, 1 Volophernicus, quick effect pop, then 1 Dark Annihilated Armed Dragon. This one can pop 2 cards, but it's not a quick effect, so depending on what you are in need of. If you need a quick effect, you go into this one. If you want to pop 2 cards and it doesn't have to be a quick effect, you go for this one here. And then 1 Big Eye, which is basically a change of heart. And when your opponent is protected against destroying card effects, for example, then you can use this one. So it's really situational. And then we also have an OTK machine here. We are playing a copy of Odd Eyes Rebellion Dragon and Odd Eyes Rebellion Overlord Dragon, because you can summon this one out, overlay this one, and then attack 3 times with 3000 ATK. And obviously we're not killing our opponent that way. It's not the goal of the deck to destroy our opponent with battle, but
it is good to have the option in case you need it or in case you can finish a duel quicker. Then of course you want to do that and not give your opponent another turn, so that's why they're in here. And then for the link monsters, we're playing one Striker Dragon and one Guard Dragon Pisty. And those are only in here to link off with the Dark Metal Dragon, so it hits the graveyard and we can use the search effect. Then we're playing one copy of Heretic Seal, obviously mandatory in a dragon deck, quick effect and bounce an opponent's card and then special summon a dragon from your deck, really strong. One Blackluster Soldier, Soldier of Chaos, gains a stronger effect when it has used a monster level 7 or higher, which our deck mostly plays, so you get the effect every time you summon it, and it's a strong boss monster too. Then we got one copy of Nightmare Phoenix, in case you have to pop a spell or trap that your opponent controls, because we barely have any spell or trap removal in this deck, so we are relying on the extra deck for that. And then for the fusions, one Red Eyes Dragoon and one Meteor Black Comet Dragon. So basically Red Eyes Dragoon is obviously the stronger monster. It does happen sometimes that you cannot summon it though, because the Dark Magician is in your graveyard already or banished with Allure of Darkness or something like that, and then you can go into the Black Comet Dragon instead. This one is more reliable, you can summon this one out all the time. It doesn't happen often, but sometimes you're not able to summon the Dragooner, so yeah, that's our backup. And on top of that, this card deals burn damage and is also a possibility to finish your opponent off in case you've burned them for some damage already.
Alright guys, that's it for today's video. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think about the deck profile and if you have any ideas on how to make the deck even better. The deck's been working quite well for me in that way, so I hope it's gonna work for you guys just as well. Alright, see you guys in the combo video. Peace out.